Hi there, I'm Josef Bodnar. Nice to meet you to another C-Sharp video tutorial. In this video tutorial, I'm going to talk about class and objects in C-Sharp. A class is a template that enables you to create your own types by grouping together objects, variables, methods, and events. Class defines the data and behavior over time. Let's make an example. When you declare a class, you must use this keyword class, followed by the name of class, in my case arithmetic, and these curly brackets. These curly brackets represents the body of a class. Inside these curly brackets, or the body of class, you're gonna to declare the data that an object can hold. So in these applications, I'm gonna to declare here inside the body of this class arithmetic a few integer variables: public init A, public init B, public init total add from addition, public init total s from subtraction, and public init total m from multiplication. You should know in this application I've got two classes. So I've got the arithmetic class and the program class. They are different classes. So I'm going to create an object inside the class program, actually inside this main method. So as you can see, when you create an object, you must use this keyword new. On the left side of this statement, I created this reference variable operation that can be used to reference an object. So this reference variable named operation is gonna to reference this object arithmetic. On the right side of this statement, actually this right side of this statement creates an instance of arithmetic class, and this new operator returns a reference to object, actually to arithmetic objects. So class is not an object, but a description of an object. Each object that is created from a class is called an instance of the class. Also, the class are reference types. So that means when you create an object from a class, you must create a reference variable that can be used to reference an object. In my case, I created this reference variable named operation, what is gonna to reference this object arithmetic. So in this moment, I can use this reference variable operation to perform operations. So let's do this. So I'm gonna to use this reference variable operation to call the variables A and B, and let's assign to A variable this value 20, and for the B variable 10. So again, I use this variable reference variable operation to call those variables A and B to be assigned with 20 for A and 10 for B. These statements can be changed. You can use another way. For example, let's remove those, and let's use these curly brackets. Let's cut and paste those lines here inside these curly brackets. Let's remove this. Let's remove the semicolons, and let's put here a semicolon and here a comma. So as you can see, you can use this way to declare to create an object and to perform operations for A and B variables, or to call the variables using the reference variable. Okay, so on these lines, I'm going to call those variables total add, total s, and total m to perform the addition, the subtraction, and the multiplication operation. So to do those, I'm going to use the reference variable operation, call the total add variables. Let's copy this line and paste on this line, and let's change just the arithmetic operator. Okay, so this reference variable is going to call this variable total add, and this variable total add is going to store the result of addition operation. On the next line, this total s is going to store the result of subtraction operation, and on the next line, this total m is going to store the result of multiplication operation. So as you can see here, if you have a look over here, this variable, this reference operation is going to call A and B variables to perform this addition operation, on this line to perform the subtraction operation, and on this line to perform the multiplication operation. So and on this line I'm going to use this console object to display in console the result of this application. And the write line method So you may imagine the class like a blueprint of the house, and you're going to use this blueprint to build the house described by blueprint. When you finished to build a house described by the blueprint, the rooms, the roofs, and the other parts of the house you may imagine as objects, and the blueprint as a class used to describe those objects. As you've been told, those variables are class members, and this public is an access specifier which specifies how the member can be accessed. The access specifier determines what type of access is allowed. So in my example, I used public specifier, which means they can be used by all other code, even a code defined outside the class. So if I change this public to private, I'm going to receive errors, as you can see in a minute. So I changed public to private, and as you can see, I received already errors in my code because this variable cannot be accessed, so can be seen and can be accessed from this class program. So I'm going to change this again to public. Let's compile this application, and let's release our application in console. So there you go. The results of this applications. Addition is 30, subtraction is 10, and multiplication is 200. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time.